everybody, Mad Munchkin here. I thought I would do something a little bit different today. I'm going to show you how I draw hands. This isn't a tutorial video as such, it's just showing you how I do it, so maybe it will help you guys, and maybe if some of you guys that are artists out there that are watching this video and think, hey, you could do this in an easier way or a better way, let me know in the comments below and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So I've got 3 examples here on various ways that you could draw hands. The first one is something a little bit more, everything is still sketchy and rough here, right? But it's the one on the left is very it's more human, whereas the one in the middle is a bit more monstrous, it's more claw-like, and then the one on the far right is more robotic, so it's quite bulky and stuff. So I'm just going to show you various ways on how to get to that point in this video, so hopefully this will give you an insight on how I do it. We're going to start with a new layer now, and we're going to draw another hand down here. So just to show you really quickly how I would draw hands. So the wonderful thing about hands is that everybody has them. You have 2 of them. So depending on what hand you draw with, I'm right-handed. I can use my left hand to show me what a human hand allegedly should look like. Contrary to popular belief, I am human. Alright, so you're just gonna have your hand in front of your face and just stare at it. That's a good hand. It's a good hand. I like this hand. It's my hand. I have another one just like it. Except it's mirrored and it's wearing a glove. Yeah, this glove, by the way, is because I am drawing on a UG drawing tablet, UG 2150 drawing tablet to be more specific. And when you're drawing on a digital tablet, whether it be one with a screen or one you draw straight onto, you need to protect it to prevent scratches and to stop the oil from your skin getting on it. So wearing these when you draw is vital, really, so highly recommend it. So anyway, we're going to get going with this hand. So we're going to make, everything starts with a simple shape, so we're just going to hide everything here. So right, we're going to make a new layer here. I'm using Photoshop CS6 for anyone that was wondering. With a hand, everything you draw, doesn't matter what it is you're drawing, everything starts with a simple shape, so circles, squares, triangles, pentangles, dodecahedrons, whatever. So, but for the sake of this video, we're going to keep it simple and just use basic circles and rectangles and maybe triangles at one point. So I usually start, when I'm drawing the hand, I usually start with the palm. So it's one big circle like this, or as close to a circle as we can possibly get. Then we mark in where the rest of the fingers and the thumb are going to go. I usually start with the thumb, so I'm going to draw a little center line here, going up the vertical and horizontal. For drawing in where the thumb goes, you're going to draw another smaller circle within that circle with it jutting out just a little bit. So there's where your thumb is. And there at the bottom, if you draw a line from that circle to across, that's where your wrist is. So you're drawing a rectangle here. That's where the wrist is. Now the next thing that I do is I'm marking where the rest of the fingers are going to go, and I do that by going to the top of the circle where I've marked the thumb in and just go straight up, just a little bit of a curve there, straight up, and then over like this to almost to the horizontal line of the first circle, sorry. And then we draw 4 circles in between this. So we go 1, so that's for your index finger, 2, that's for the middle finger, 3, that's for the ring finger, and 4, that's for your pinky. Now for the thumb, we're just going to draw a line from the bottom of the wrist up to here, to near the top of this circle, and then draw it back across. So that marks in where the thumb is going to start. Next thing I do is I'm going to draw directional lines that just show where the fingers are pointing. They're all pointing more or less up, so we're just going to mark that. And they're not straight up, they're going to be at a slight angle. So the index finger is the one I start with, and the middle one is the tallest finger, so you're going to draw that a little bit further up than the index. Next is your ring finger, and your ring finger is a little bit shorter than the index, so keep that in mind when you draw it. And then the pinky is the shortest one of them all, so make sure that that's the basic shape. So your fingers should go in an ellipse kind of shape like that. It's never straight on. Not your fingers are not the same length, so well, depends. Everyone has different hands and different fingers, but with mine, my fingers are like that. So let's keep it to that. So then with the thumb, it's goes up to about maybe halfway to where the index is, so stop in there. And that's your very rough shape of your hand. Then you draw it from the pinky circle and join it to the wrist. And that's the basic shape of the palm without the detail of the fingers yet. So the next thing we do is mark in the shape of the thumb. If you look at your hand, there's a really nice curve going here. So we're going to draw that in from where the top of the index finger is. We're just going to draw that in so it's coming round like that, and then it's like just draw the rest of the thumb. Some shapes I don't really have names for them, so I would say that would be like almost like a guitar pick shape, I guess. And there's your thumb. Really simple, really easy. So next we go for the fingers, which are pretty simple. So we're going to go from here. We'll just keep looking back at the hand and back at the screen to make sure that we're getting it right. That's the thing. Art isn't just about, you know, drawing something on a canvas or painting something on a canvas. It's more about looking than it is actually making. So the longer you look at something, the more that your muscle memory will remember how to actually make that shape. Now sometimes fingers will look a little phallic-y, so try to avoid that as much as you possibly can. Don't Google that word, whatever you do. So with the ring finger, I am wearing a ring on my ring finger, but I'm not drawing that in. But if you want to do that to study how the folds of the skin work, you can do that yourself. Next is the pinky. He's just a little bit thinner than the rest of the fingers because he's the baby. He's also the most rebellious one because I'm double jointed and the pinky's not actually part of it. All of these fingers are double jointed. Whatever the middle finger does, the other fingers do as well, but the pinky is just like, I'm just doing my own thing. Fingers are weird. Then I draw in the folds of the skin. I've got 3 folds of the skin that goes from just in between the index finger and the middle finger to the side of the hand here, and then have another fold of the skin that does the same thing, but it's from the other side of the index finger and it goes just underneath, and then I have the fold of the skin where the thumb is. So that's just a very basic way to draw hands. We can go into more detail later, but this is just a very rough, quick sketch just to show you guys how I would do it. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys to see the various ways of how I draw hands. It's definitely not the way to draw hands, far from it. It's just how I do it. So that's 4 different hands there. 2 of them are the same. The one on the top left is a little bit fatter than the one I've just drawn. There's lots of problems obviously with that hand I've just drawn, like the proportions aren't quite right and the placement of where the pinky is and the thumb isn't quite right, but we can work into that later on. Again, this is just a rough thing just to show you really quickly how I do it, so hopefully that will help you guys. So if you have any tips to help me improve as well, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. If you have any requests on, maybe you want me to show you how I would draw hair or the human face or something a bit more fantastical, maybe you want me to show you how I draw dragons, or maybe show you how I approach doing fan art or something, you know, or how I draw my characters Maddie and Mary, maybe I could do something like that. So yeah, just let me know. I really want to hear from you guys and really dive into more of this kind of thing on the channel, as well as all the reviews I already do. So thank you for watching, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't, you know, let me know as well, and I won't do anything like this again. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I'm Mad Munchkin. Stay creative. Bye.